Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining our webinar today. As you see from the first slide, today's webinar is about maximising online sales with a unified commerce solution, and that commerce solution is running through Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central and Sana e-commerce. So today we'll be showing you both solutions working together as one single integrated solution, and I'm going to explain a little bit about what unified commerce is after I've made a couple of introductions. So today on the webinar is myself, Mark Thompson. I'm the Client Services Director at Columbus, and Columbus are a IT and software provider, and we deliver both software solutions including ERP, which is what we're demonstrating today, mainly Microsoft Dynamics, and Eleanor Walsh is from Sana e-commerce, and she's the Regional Sales Manager in the UK. And Eleanor will be picking up after my initial introduction and a few slides and showing you how the software works as an integrated solution. The agenda is talking about why online sales is becoming so important to businesses. We'll talk a little bit about how Sana e-commerce and Microsoft Dynamics solutions work together and what makes them unique. And then, as mentioned, Eleanor will be doing a demonstration of the software. Just to explain the Certified for Microsoft Dynamics NAV icon in the middle of the screen there. Dynamics NAV, as some of you will know, is an ERP solution from Microsoft. It's also known these days as Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. So if I refer to NAV or I refer to Business Central, it's the same thing. I do sometimes find myself calling it NAV, even though I'm not supposed to anymore. So hope you enjoy the rest of the webinar. I'm going to start by talking a little bit about unified e-commerce and why online is so important. So many of you will already have recognized that people are starting to buy in a different way. And research tells us that 80% of purchases actually start with online search. So what we're going to explore today is how you take advantage of those searches and how you move people through a buying process from that initial search right through to a sale. And we're going to show you the solution to do that. And we're going to explain a little bit more about why a unified e-commerce solution is the answer to that particular problem. So let's move on to what is unified commerce. Well, you'll recognize from this diagram how people's buying behavior has changed over the years, starting perhaps from a single channel. So somebody walking into your shop and asking to buy something. Clearly that has moved on, and we've moved more through what we call multi-channel, where there are different ways of buying, either through a shop, maybe online, or maybe calling you direct to buy something. But multi-channel still tends to be run through disparate systems with many different manual processes leading to sort of replication of data entry. And people have tried to solve that by moving to something called omnichannel. And omnichannel is all of those things connected together, but perhaps still with manual processes in between. So it's not as automated as it could be, and it's not all driven from the core systems that you use. And in this case, the core system we're talking about is Dynamics 365 Business Central. So in a unified commerce application, we'll see that there's only one version of the truth, and that's transparent through all channels. So a customer moving through a unified commerce solution will have a seamless customer journey right through from their initial search to the ultimate purchase of your product. And having a single integrated system to do that allows us to build in process which automates that journey and makes it very easy both for the customer but also for you as the person selling to that customer. So unified commerce is giving somebody that same feel all the way through the journey and making it very easy for you to sell. So that's what unified commerce is. Why do we need to strive towards that? Well, it's simple really. We've already talked about why we need to do it. The buying behaviours have changed, particularly from a younger generation. I know from my kids' point of view, they very rarely walk into a shop and buy anything anymore. In fact, they very rarely leave their bedrooms anymore, but that's a different story. But they will buy things online. You know, they'll go online, they'll do a search, and if it's easy to buy, then they'll buy. And with 80% of people doing that now, it's important that your business can make that process easy for them. So you need to reevaluate as a business how you sell. You need to look at how easy it is to build customer satisfaction through that process, because a higher level of customer satisfaction will lead to increased competitiveness on your part. Somebody who has an easy journey to sale from that initial search are more likely to stay loyal to you and continue to buy from you. So it makes you more competitive, and it builds customer loyalty as well. It's, as the last point on the slide said, it's no longer enough to sell products and services at a good price. You've got to make it easy. It's got to be a personal journey for that customer. Things have got to be available, and it's got to be a seamless journey as well. So what we're going to show you today is how you drive that seamless journey using a unified commerce solution of Sana Commerce and Dynamics 365. So what are the challenges to unified commerce? Well, traditionally, people have had ERP solutions where they do all of their work on finance and their stock control and their purchasing and sales process. And they've linked that through into a website which is taking orders. Now, using e-commerce in that way leads to a lot of problems in terms of potentially redundant data, or indeed lots of manual data entry processes. And the more ways you have for people to buy, the more potential there is for manual data entry and duplication, replication of data entry and the processes needed to drive that through to a sale. So for a web store, an ERP integration does limit what you can do to optimize a client's online experience. Now, what we're showing you today is a solution that isn't just interface, but is completely integrated and automated. And that will allow you to have a better customer journey. For a customer, not even realize they're going through different systems and processes, but for them, it feels like one automated process. So to do that, as I mentioned, we're going to be using Sana e-commerce and D365 Business Central. And this solution is unique in that it is completely integrated and completely driven through from your Dynamics ERP solution. So all of the setup and configuration of the solution is done within Dynamics 365, and that's all driven through onto the website. So there's no duplication of data. There's no maintenance of two sources of data in terms of products and pricing. All of it is driven from the ERP system. So that also means that everything that the customer sees is up to date and online as per the latest updates within ERP. So there's never a chance that customers are seeing out of date data relating to pricing or relating to availability of stock. They're seeing everything as it is in real time. Now, that's very different to what we call interfaced e-commerce solutions, and you may well have seen some of these solutions on the left of the slide here, things like Magento, Hybris Intershop. Those solutions tend to have their own databases which have to be maintained in line with the ERP system, so that does lead to the possibility of them being out of date or not completely up to date in terms of pricing and product availability. So we believe that uniqueness of Sana and D365 working together is something that does genuinely deliver a unified e-commerce solution and gives you that customer journey that is seamless and automated. So what are companies generally looking for? So what do you want from an e-commerce solution? Well, most people tell us that they want to be able to implement this rapidly. Now, we have rapid implementation processes, which means we can deliver an e-commerce solution delivered to D365 Business Central very quickly. People want it to be agile and adaptable. Well, again, because of the integrated nature of the solution, there's very little customization, if any, needed. You can drive all of the changes you need from your ERP solution from within Dynamics 365. People don't want large demands on their internal IT. Well, the solution we're showing today is a cloud solution. You don't need complicated servers or architecture to run it. It's all run in the cloud, and it's all integrated without any middleware. People want it to be scalable, and again, because it's a cloud solution, you can scale this from as small to as large as you want, and all of that business logic is in one place and managed from the same place, meaning that you can scale it however and whenever you want to. And value for money, we have to take our word for that, but this is an out-of-the-box solution. You can start this very quickly, very easily, and deliver it with very little, if any, tailoring. We customize it to meet your needs, but that doesn't mean we have to tailor it to meet your individual needs. And what benefits does that give to the customer? Well, we talked about the customer journey and convenience, the ability for customers to buy easily from you from that initial search. Everything from the ERP system is available to those customers, so they can see everything in real time and follow their journey in real time through the e-commerce portal. It's a unified e-commerce solution, as we mentioned, so you can see everything that you need to see right through to order history. It looks like Amazon, so people are used to buying from Amazon. It's a similar solution, but this is a fully integrated solution built on a cloud architecture. You can personalize it, so everything that a customer sees can be personalized, and that again is done through the ERP solution. So whether it's different currencies, different languages, different pricing, all of that is done through ERP and delivered to the customer in a seamless format based on their login details. And we can make it very easy to buy complex products online. The ERP solution and the combined e-commerce solution of all of the sorts of functionality that you would expect from a comprehensive e-commerce solution. And at that point, I'm going to hand over to Eleanor to demonstrate the solution to you.
Thanks, Mark. Going to come off the slide deck now. Go on to our Sana store here. So here you're looking at a standard Sana solution. It's fully integrated in with Business Central. You can see this in the URL. So all of the products, all of the pricing, it's driven from Business Central. Now, to just at a very high level explain very quickly, there are three main types of users of a Sana site. So you can have a retail customer. So if you're selling products direct to the end users, you maintain a template customer within Business Central, which controls your retail pricing and the products that you want to sell online. They can then check out and create an account on the fly with you, or use a guest checkout and pay with a credit card. We then have a B2B customer where there is a fixed relationship between the online account and the account in Business Central. So we can look at the specific customer pricing, the volume breaks you put in for that customer, the currency, the delivery addresses, the tax, even exclusivity of products, and that's all managed through Business Central. And then we have sales agent functionality, where if you have a field sales team, they can represent the customer online and place orders on their behalf or check their My Account status. It is a fully responsive solution. We have different templates for mobile phone, tablet and desktop. Our development strategy is actually mobile first. So it doesn't just resize, you do get different templates. So it's a solution that's designed to be able to work 24/7, because again, people don't work just 9 to 5 anymore. So, you know, people can go online at 11 o'clock on a Friday night and check their stock of a particular product they want and place an order for the next day. So at the moment on this site, I have already logged in. Oh, I haven't actually. I'll just log in again because I want to show you some of the solutions with some more data. So there are many ways to find products on a Sana site, and I will run through as many as I can very briefly with you. And what will be working for your customers really depends on how they would buy from you. So there's some ideas and some things to think about. So first of all, we just have a one-box search here, which you can configure based on fields on the item card in Business Central. So it tends to be the product name, or the product number, but it could potentially be, you know, an alternate number, an OEM number, that kind of thing. You know how your customers order with you. So if we just start to type, it will search suggest based on what I'm typing. So I'm typing something about the name there. If I type something about the code here, again, it's suggesting down, this is the items I want to buy. We can also scroll down into more retail categories, more of a kind of a retail experience here. So I know I want to buy some office furniture, and I know I want to buy some chairs. What we can do here is also then, you can see we have a list here. We have a list view, we have a grid view, and you can sort by what you would like based on the item card in Business Central. We can also, no, doesn't want to. We can also use the attributes against the products from Business Central to refine down. So I know I wanted to buy a chair, and I know I want it to be blue, and it will start to refine down to find the right item. So particularly if you sell more complicated products, this is a way that your customers can refine down to buy the product that's suitable for them. They can buy direct from this page if they would like to, or they can go into the product detail page. On the product detail page is where you would find everything that you should need to know about this product. I know many of our customers also add a lot of downloadable materials to here, so tech specs, ingredient composition, installation instructions. So this site becomes not only a site for buying, but where you go to find the latest information about products. So when you're designing the solution, I would always say think about the customer service calls that you get in. How much of those can you handle by having a really good up-to-date online platform for your customers so they can self-serve to find that information. We're showing exact stock figures for this product here. This is just a setting here. You can not show stock, or you can show a traffic light system of stock, or you can show the exact stock figures, and that's a live call into Business Central. We're also seeing the actual exact pricing for this customer based on the pricing in Business Central. We have a wish list here. We also have ratings and reviews, that kind of thing, available for the products as well. But a lot of your customers, particularly if they're regular customers, might have more regular orders with you that they can hopefully be able to handle online. So if we go into the My Account area, there's more information that might be useful for your customers. First of all, they themselves can maintain their own order templates. So this is whenever you build a basket on Sana, you have the ability to save it. So they can have their weekly orders, you know, stock orders, replen of a particular product category, can all be here. So they can come in here, click the boxes of what they want, or have a look at them first and then add them to the basket. You can still change quantities, but it's a quick starter for 10 of how to get the order in. But what your customers can also do is look at a full order history from Business Central, and this is no matter how the order got in. So even if up to next week they've only ever placed phone orders with you, when they come in here next week for the first time on their new Sana site, they'll see all their order history. The order status comes live from Business Central, so if they're in picking or if they've been dispatched, that would be reflected here. Obviously with demo data, most of our data gets stuck at pending. But we can go further now, so we can drill in here, we can look at the information about the order. You can see here we can print preview, so we can always print off any of these orders, invoices, quotes. look at the bill to, sell to, ship to. What we can also do is actually download the document itself from Business Central. So the document that you'll spend a little bit of time on, formatting correctly, looking like to fit in with your branding, they can actually just go and grab that actual order. Same with invoices, credits, returns, shipments, that kind of thing. We have a setting within Sana that if orders are still pending, you can allow customers to edit them. Again, this is just a setting you turn on or off, so this is set on this site. So if this customer wanted to come in and edit the order because it hadn't gone to pick, they could still do this. But probably more useful, used a lot more in my experience, is the reorder. So whatever I had last week, I just want that order again, please. So come in and order from old orders. We also can work with quotations, so we can set the site that it can take quotes or sales orders or both, but particularly if you sell more complicated products and you work with more of a quotation system, if there's any live quotations that are in Business Central, then they can be exposed out to the customer here. So we can see this quote here that we've got placed. We can download the document again. We could edit it. So actually, this isn't what I want. I want to change the quantities. That goes back to Business Central for the sales agent to pick up. We could re-quote if we wanted to again, or we could convert it to order. So when we're happy, we'll convert this quote to order. But the beauty of this is that everyone's looking at the same information all the time. We also can show them all their invoices. So again, even if you have very large customers where maybe you work on an EDI basis with them, you can still allow these customers access to the site so that they can look at all their financials as well. If it is enabled, you can also allow them to pay their invoices online. This customer isn't, but you can see here there's a cross here, but if the customer was enabled, they could come in here, look at their outstanding invoices, select invoices for payment, and check them out using a payment gateway, one of the ones that we have add-ons for out of the box. And then again, it's another way that the customers can self-serve, so they can never say that they don't have their invoice or that they can't make a payment. It's all available to them online. We can also look at return orders online, so they can come in and they can check the status of any return orders, but they can also create new return requests, really, where they can return any item, which is how it's set here, or they can link that to a shipment or an invoice, so we know exactly what item they want to return. We can use the return reason codes if they're set up in Business Central. They can put some comments, they can add a file or an image to support this and complete this return request, which goes into Business Central, again then for your team to action on, decide what they want to do with the stock and with the finance. But again, the customers are self-serving, and the more the customer does the work, the less that you need to do the work, and hopefully then obviously the less errors there are within the solution. We also have credit notes and shipments that work in very similar ways. On the basket page itself, we also have a quick order form. So if your customers tend to be people that just can, type very fast and want to just very quickly just add in the things that they want, this is designed that you can do this via a keyboard and just add them straight to cart. So they can just build up their sales orders here. Also available, which isn't set up on this particular demo site, is a predictive order function. So based on sales order history from Business Central, you can suggest what products your customers might want to be buying. So again, even if they've never bought online with you before, you can set up some content blocks or a page for them with their special products that they always buy from you, and it becomes a really personalized experience for them. You can see here with this order, we could choose to get a quotation if we want to, or we could go to a checkout with a sales order, and we also have the option to save it as another template if we think this is something we might want to use again. So I'll just try and check this order out for you. So we take all the addresses from Business Central as well. So again, there's a unified experience. So there's the billing address, or do I want to look at one of the delivery addresses I've got set up for this customer? I'm actually stepping you through a 4-page checkout, but you can have this on a 1-page checkout. This is all just settings that you can configure yourself. We'll choose a delivery method. and we'll also look to make a payment. You can, as I said before, use one of our payment gateways. You can also enable your customers with trade accounts to just check out on account. We can just enable them to check out, or we can do a check and do a warning or a stop if you want to as well. And we can make sure that the purchase order field is mandatory as well. So let's submit this order. So this order is now going directly into Business Central, so it sits there as if it's any other order, obviously stamped that it came through the web. So let's see if we can find this order now. Let's wait while it reboots. While it's doing that, I'll just very quickly show you the sales agent functionality. No, I think somebody else has been on this site and has been changing some of the passwords. Try one more. There we are in. So I'm now one of your sales agents and I can represent a customer. So we use the sales agent field from Business Central so you can control who actually you can see, and the idea is they could be sat there with the customer with their iPads placing an order on their behalf, or if the customer rings them then they want to ask where an order is, they can go to the My Account and they're looking at that customer's My Account so they can track the orders that way as well. So it's just a different way around of looking at the data. Just check very quickly if we've got in. Okay, we have. So let's look at our sales orders. So we can see this sales order is in already, so it's incredibly slick. So if they do place the order, then call you, then your agents are sat there and they've got this order to hand and they can go through any details they want about it. If you make any changes to this order, if you change a delivery date, or if you want to change any of the quantities, that's automatically reflected online. So we've got 3 of this item here. If we just reduce that to 2, that should be reflected online because Sana is just pulling this information from Business Central. It's not retaining it. So let's go in here. Stop representing. Go back in as our other guy and see if that order has changed. Okay, my orders. That's the one. Right. Should we come out of that? I think I haven't come out of Business Central properly on that one. But the idea is that they look at that latest information and they just get the information that's available to them. There is much more to the solution which we haven't had a chance to go around today, and I am conscious of time. But very quickly, there are different design templates that you can use to make the site fit your branding. We also can use different content blocks of different customer segments, so we can segment the content as well as the products and the pricing to suit the different sorts of customers as well, which is something that obviously then has a really personalized experience. And then building on from that, we also have add-ons for email marketing packages so that you can use that information both from your Business Central and online to build really personalized email marketing campaigns. So that was a very brief overview of Sana. Flip it back onto the slide deck.
Thanks, Helena. So that, as Eleanor says, is a very quick whiz around the Sana e-commerce solution, and a little bit there showing how it integrates back into the D365 Business Central solution. That concludes our webinar. We do have the opportunity, if anybody would like to ask us any questions, please find our details on screen there. If you do want to contact us with any questions, please do. But if there's nothing else at this stage, then we'll close the webinar and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much for listening today.